Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. It's a beautiful morning in July. We're in the third week of July now. And Jan and I are out moving the cows. Not the cows. These are the bulls and the steers. Woo! Jan's behind them. And we got a lane. So they were on the very last paddock on the far side of this pond. It goes all the way to the top. So they're having to walk, probably 3/8 of a mile, almost a half a mile at that far end over there to get them a drink. And now this will be the first paddock they're on this side of our division that splits the farm in two on this western side. Boy, the animals have really slicked off nice. They're just shiny. Look like you put armor all on them. I noticed that the bulls, the ones that we kept as bulls, these are all yearlings. And the ones we kept as bulls are the slickest. They have the slickest hide. The steers that we clamped have just a little bit more hair on them. You know, they're just a little rougher. They haven't shed off perfectly. Man, they didn't waste any time. This is on the new farm that Jan and I bought in March. It's 141 acres, and it hooks on to our bull farm that we've got leased that was right at 100 acres. So there's basically 240 acres here now, all hooked together in one continuous piece. Well, look at them go after that grass. This is right behind the dam, here close to the pond. And this is crabgrass. It's got a little bit of brome in it. I'm telling you, they're doing good on it. These are South Poles. You can almost see the oil on the side of that animal right there. That's a young bull. It'll be one that we market next year. So we always move the mineral. This is our free choice mineral. There's 16 boxes in there. And so they can, each one's got its own mineral in it. You know, all the way from magnesium, calcium, sulfur, iodine, selenium, phosphorus, potassium. And there's also vitamins A, B, and C in there they can pick out separately. We've been on this mineral system. It's Free Choice Enterprises. You can Google that and find their website. But we've been on that since 2008. Our mineral consumption is down about 70% since 2008. So what happens is that animal right there that's eating, if he doesn't get enough phosphorus from the grass plant, he comes to the box and he'll lick a little bit of that phosphorus. Well, they poop out 80%. Around 80 to 85% of the mineral goes out the butt. And so they're remineralizing your farm exactly what's missing in the soil. And you can't do that with a complete mineral. When you have a mineral that's got all the different ones mixed together, they can't select. They just have to eat what's in that box. So anyway, mineral's expensive. I don't care what you use. It can be pricey. But over time, if your farm gets remineralized, then they start backing off the mineral. So that's a plus. We do have sea salt in there. That's one of the boxes. And we like the sea salt. We use the sea salt from Kansas. It's called Kansas Gray. It's really economical. If you can find a supplier in your area that carries it, I think we're giving, I think it's $6 for 100 pounds. You can't buy anything for $6 anymore. not 100 pounds of good sea salt. And it comes from Kansas, the ancient ocean before we polluted the oceans where a lot of the sea salt's coming from now. This is good salt. It's before we done the deed to the ocean. All these animals look good. The eyes are all dry. I haven't seen any in here. We had a few early that had some eyes watering, but I'm a little bit surprised we don't, because you see how tall this grass is. I mean, this farm has not been brush hogged, and it's not gonna be brush hogged. We're in the 3rd week of July, and you come in here now and brush hog this off, and you don't get a good rain, that could really, really hurt you on your winter stockpile. So, gets toward the end of July, 1st of August, you wanna be careful. Yeah, big blue. Jan's pointing out big blue over there. As tall as you are, honey.
About 5'4".
You're 5'4". You're a shorty. Is that how tall you are, 5'4"?
Yeah, I'm shrinking.
5'4". Well, here's another one. I'm 5'10". I can't say too much. Look at that. They're gonna nail that. They're gonna eat all the leaves off of it. They don't bother the stems as much when it gets to seed. There's one that's completely seeded out. This is big blue stem. These cattle, you're gonna see in our coming videos, we've got some here. We're going east now. There's some fields up here that are, oh shoot, 75%, 75 to 80% big blue, which doesn't give you good winter stockpile, but it gives you tremendous summer grazing. And the thing I like about big blue, it's got a really deep tap root. If it gets dry, which we are dry now, we haven't had rain for a little bit, you can see the ground here in central Missouri. If we don't get a rain, this happens. And we had a rain, I think it was the 10th. The 10th of July was our last rain, and today's the 22nd. 21st. I know, 11 days. I'm sorry, you guys out west. I'll quit talking about rain. But it is a great plant. Here's another one. Now this is Indian grass. It's more spiky. It's got more of a spike on it. They grabbed to buy that one, and one of them pooped on it. So that won't get eaten. But there's a good stand of Lespedeza in here. This is the Korean Lespedeza. Jan, you want to put your hand down by the Korean? Oh, there it is. It is a warm season legume, and
We're seeing more clover.
yeah, there's a lot more clover than on our first pass across this farm. We didn't see a lot, but this is our 3rd pass now. We've been around this farm 3 times, and well, this is our 3rd pass. We haven't been around it yet. We're only about 1/3 through this farm, so we still got 2/3 in front of us. But we got really good news last week. The water line department is sending us the paperwork to get a meter, and so we're going to set a meter up here on F. And when we do that, all these tanks that are on this farm, they're frost-free, they're mounted on concrete. We've got a really good winter water system in here now, and we can use them in the summer too. All the tanks are fed with a 2-inch PVC pipe. That was all here when we bought it, and we're going to dig down and find that water line. It's going to be a little tough, but we'll find them, and we're going to put quick couplers, probably every, I don't know, 500 to 800 feet. And so we can use a movable water tank. To give you an example, up here on top of this hill, we don't have any water. But if you could hook onto that line and just run a tee off of it and put water right up on the top of that ridge, over there on the top of that ridge, up here on this ridge. I like putting my water points up on high points because that's where all the manure. That's where all your manure and urine and animal traffic goes, is around that water. And so if you can get your water points up on top, you're going to have a lot better nutrients distribution, because the nutrients will travel downhill. If you put your water down in the bottom, like down there, it's not the best. There is one water tank, actually there's two, on this farm that are down in the bottom. I'm not gonna move them, they're there. They got concrete pads on them, but I would have never put them down in the bottom like that. But, you know, it's not that big a deal. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. You can see in the foreground there, folks, that middle ridge right there, that's what we're looking at. That darker green, that's all big blue. And you get over the hill, it turns into the almost 70 to 80% big blue. So we're excited. I know the cattle will be excited when they hit that. And we're gonna be really, really happy when they get there. So steers and bulls are happy. I'm gonna be happy when we go have some breakfast here in a bit. And everyone have a good one. For those of you all still looking for a bull, check out our website, greenpasturesfarm.net. There's still some on there. They're really nice herd bulls. And there's some in South Missouri. There's some in Nebraska, which came directly from our herd. Those genetic bloodlines did. And there's one left in North Missouri. One of those is already sold. But I'm telling you, they're really nice bulls. They're all in the range from 2 years up to 4 years. And you won't find bulls like this at a sale barn. They're really nice. So check it out, greenpasturesfarm.net, and we'll see you all down the road.